Zero splitter holes. Yeah, I understand. Let's first test the thing that we had a doubt about, the case sensitivity of properties and headers. I'll quickly check those details and then we can see what. So what I'll do is I'll create a header here or a property, let's say. Yeah, but it's being fetched from XPath. I'll have to run it entirely. I can just simulate it and check if I'm able to access it or not. So what I'll do is I'll put it as caps test and value. Okay, it's a constant. I have put everything in caps. So now there is a property called test where it is whole camel script, not camel script, whole caps. And what I can do is I can put a content modifier here on another line. Okay, so in one of the sessions, I asked you if you can check how the other options work. There is one more option in the source type, which is called a property or a header. So using these property or header, you can directly access a property or header. I mean, let's say if a property is already created, you don't need to provide an XPath or you don't need to provide an expression. You just can access the property using this property section. So what I'll do is, and keep this name as property, I mean type as property. Let's enter it as source value test because, okay, let's start with the caps one. I'll show you how this works. So the source value of the property is test because that's what we created. And I'll give the name as what? Test 2. And now I want to simulate the process. So now, as per expectation, my test 2 should have the value of the test property. That is value value. Okay? Because I'm fetching it from the property called test. Oh, simulation failed. Why did it fail? Did I not provide any inputs? That seems to be fine. I think I'll need a fresh couple error details. Oh, there is no body, right? So there is no XPath. So what happened was I simulated it, but this was expecting an XPath, and because there was no body, it couldn't find an XPath. So let's say if you are setting an XPath as a property and there is no XPath at that source, it will fail. Because right now we are just simulating, I'll just cancel this. I'm just trying to clear it out. That's why I have to end it at here and I'll simulate it again. Let's see. So this should work. So now my property, see, the test has value as well as the test 2 has value because I've given it the value as the source as test. Now to test if the camel script or this thing works, which shouldn't work if it's camel centered or if it's TH centered, right? Well, it's a similar to see. Properties, the test one is still correct. And yep, it didn't get cleared. So yes, they both are case sensitive. You were right. Just we can't access them without the exact pace. Right. So we confirmed one more thing today, that these properties and headers are case sensitive. If you will try to use another case, they won't work. I'll just start this change and I'll create a new